Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show presented by Circle K. Head to any Circle K Arizona location where you can get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents now through September 3rd. Guys, I'm Anthony Totri. This guy right here, that's Shane Dieffenbach. This guy right here, that is Aaron Ruby. And we got DJ Danielle behind the Mac making all the magic happen.
DJ Danielle, happy Pride Month.
Yes, guys, do us a solid. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And wherever you get your podcast, drop a 5-star review at the tail end of the show.
William Jasper, first comment. First. You owe him $500 now.
Is that?
Yeah, that's what we.
You just give it to me. I'll make sure that William Jasper gets it.
Yeah.
I thought that you had to give Will.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I've already gone through enough.
Thanks. Oh yeah, that's fair. Well, hey, no more big hat.
No more big hat. Do you want to explain why you called me Aaron Ruby though?
I feel like it's better if you do it.
So the three of us were so kindly invited to watch one of our diehards, Short Bus, perform some stand-up over the weekend. He got us some fantastic seats, and I just so happened to be in the literal very front row.
Well, don't say that. You chose to be there.
You did.
You were not assigned to be there. You chose to be there.
So I get up. I'm in the very front, and there's some crowd work going on.
Yeah.
And it was Russell Peters who was the main act, right? Let me just say Short Bus hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah, Short Bus was incredible.
Not even like being biased, my favorite act of the night. Like he just controlled the room like crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Russell Peters comes out and he locks eyes with me and I'm like, great.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, I know you don't want to slap at the table. My bad. And he asked me what my name is. I said Eric, as one does.
Can you confirm that? Because
he said Eric.
Said Eric.
Eric.
Sounds like
No,
Aaron.
he didn't say Eric. He said Eric.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, so Aaron, right?
And no, he didn't. He just said Aaron.
So if there's one thing I've learned about being the subject of crowd work is don't put yourself in it more. Don't be like, actually. So I worked with Aaron for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And it was brought up quite a bit.
It was incredible.
It was funny.
Again, shout out Short Bus for hooking it up.
Yeah,
it's
great.
Just a phenomenal evening at Short Bus. If any of you ever get the opportunity to go see him do stand up, go do it because he is absolutely incredible. But Short Bus at a little over a month ago, you guys made a little bit of a deal for that big purple hat that you are no longer wearing.
But apparently my head looks smaller, so thankfully.
You look like you have a shrunken head now.
You know, I hope I wouldn't look the same.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
like you'd hope.
I guess that's fair.
Well, now the Circle K corner bug is not in the hat, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, at the tail end of the show, we're going to be doing a drawing for somebody that left a 5-star review on wherever they got their podcast, Apple Music, Spotify, etc.
Like we so kindly ask.
Like we asked. And they used the word fork.
Mm-hmm.
All the names are in the hat. We'll do that drawing at the tail end of the show. But we do have a lot to get into: ASU football, ASU basketball. Let's go ahead. Let's start with ASU basketball. Jamari Phillips, the #1 player in the state of Arizona. And I believe he's the top-rated player right now in the nation who is uncommitted. 4-star shooting guard. Was previously committed to Arizona. We've seen that before.
Yeah. We've
reopened
very recently.
Reopened his recruitment. Arizona State is one of several schools per League Ready that Phillips has heard from. Arizona State, Louisville, Kansas, Florida, San Diego State, USC, Georgia Tech, BYU, and Oregon. He does have an official visit on Wednesday per On3 with the Oregon Ducks, but he is an Arizona kid. We just saw a commit from Arizona flip to Arizona State. I got a text from the one and only Mike Luke himself saying just it's something to keep an eye on. Not saying it's anywhere near as solid as Sandin was, but definitely something to keep an eye on. And I can't even imagine what this would do to the Wildcat fan base if they were to lose.
No, they wouldn't care.
No, they would
You're
be
right,
like,
you're
you
right.
know, we're fine. We got Caleb Love back. So none of this actually matters at all.
Can we just like for a second, let's say this happens. Let's get way too ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Jamari Phillips is a Sun Devil. Let's say that.
Woohoo.
Like, what has Bobby Hurley done?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous putting all of it in one place, but like this wouldn't be the. I mean, it would be an awesome cherry on top of the already delicious, cake that is this class.
The Sun Devil Sunday.
Yeah, the Sun Devil Sunday.
Ooh,
wow, that's nice.
That's not bad. I like that.
But like, it wouldn't really surprise me that he would get this one. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already shown that he can get many recruits. And Joe asked, "Aren't we out of scholarships?" Now, with the decommitment of Sammy, you're not. You have an extra spot. And again, he could always come back, which would be basically the same thing.
Yeah.
These are both phenomenal players. Obviously, Jamari Phillips is a guard. So I think there's probably a little more need in that area for ASU. But yeah, he's shown that he can get 4 stars. They just lost one. Why not bring in another?
Yeah.
And I think that, like you said, I've already done it once, right? And now this is a local kid. And I think it's a little bit different because now you do have somebody who fills a similar role to Jamari, where Sannon, he's a little bigger. He could play the 3, but scoring guard, more or less. Somebody's going to touch the ball a lot. Somebody's going to shoot a lot, right? And be a mainstay in the offense. And that's what kind of makes it like, all right, are they really going to be able to get somebody else who's, based off of where they're ranked and their composite and, their status in the state and everything like that? You're going to be able to have somebody come in and not be able to really promise them a lot of playing time, because we talked about the starting lineups last week and we talked about the bench as well. I mean, this roster is really solid and it's a lot deeper than last year, almost a complete 180.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at somebody who's like, hey, obviously we'll take it, right? Best high school player in Arizona, top uncommitted player in the country, right? But then you start asking some pretty uncomfortable questions about, well, who's starting? What does the offense look like? And those are good questions to have to ask. Those are pretty comfy
questions.
Yeah, those are good. They're good questions to ask, but it's definitely a dynamic you have to keep an eye on.
It's just a little bit odd to even feel like we're in this situation.
Yeah, it's already weird. It's already bizarre. We did the starting 5 breakdown the other day,
and somebody got left off. Every single one starting 5.
3 people got left off every single starting 5. Like there's so many ways you can take this, and you're bringing in another highly touted recruit here who. I mean, yeah, he was originally committed to U of A, but it's not like he's committed to U of A now. He's decommitted. It would be pretty awesome. The only thing is like, as we're talking about this, where does he fit in?
Right.
Yeah, and Eric and I were talking a little bit about that.
And who gets pushed down?
Yeah.
Because if somebody gets pushed down.
Again, if you have the number, we said last week when we discussed the starters, right? You have Sannon, you have Quaintance. We all agree that both of those guys are probably in your starting 5.
Yeah.
Now you, again, potentially bring in the number 1 player in the state of Arizona in the class of 2024, the equivalent of bringing in a Koa Pete the year before. Koa Pete, I know he's a different prospect, different
take
recruit.
that back.
I mean, number 1 player.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Number 1 player.
Okay.
Koa's a little different.
It's the number 1 player in the state.
He's the number 3 player in the country, though.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But he's a 4-star.
And that's no disrespect to Jamari Phillips, but Koa.
In terms of this position specifically, it's like almost the one position that you're like, damn, I don't know if we bring in another shooting guard, right? Because you have already, we discussed last week, you've got Sannon, you've got Ace Wolf, you've got BJ. Those 3 already.
Freeman's not a guard.
Who?
BJ Freeman's not a guard.
A small forward?
Yeah, he's
Austin
6'6". He's a 3. Austin Mason is probably going to run points. So you're 2 deep at point guard right now. Is most likely a combination between Nunez and Mason, and then your 2 guard you run 2 deep right now. But as you saw in my starting lineup, you can move Sannon to the 3, keep Miller at the 4. That way there's a clear backup 2 guard in Jamari Phillips. The guard position is, I think, where you're lacking the most. You have 2 centers, which is all you need is 2 dominant centers in a roster. You have a lot of action at the 4 and 3, which can flip flop. And I know you just lost a 4, but having a backup 2 guard is awesome. I mean, like there's so much room in this. We don't know what the guard room is going to look like. There's so much room in the rotation for movement. And again, like, you're penciling in these 5 stars to start, and everyone says like, "Oh, he wouldn't go there if he wasn't guaranteed to start." We'll see what happens when they get on the court together. We'll see what happens. There's no way Bobby's going to run 11 deep. Someone's getting left off.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Well, they said on PHNX Wildcats this morning, like, in theory, you're pissing somebody off.
Yeah.
Right, because you have all of these guys. Last week, we both left, or at least I left BJ Freeman off of my starting 5. Yeah. Hard to believe BJ Freeman transferred here to come off the bench, right? And again, the roster is completely different. But now you talk about adding Sannon, 5-star, 5-star and Quaintance. You expect them to start. Now you're talking about bringing in the number 1 player in the state of Arizona. Well, somebody's got to sit.
Yeah, but when you're on this trajectory as well, I mean, maybe you can use that as a selling point too, right? Like, I love to kind of try to find the different angle of things, but you're not just coming into old ASU, right? You're not coming into what happened last year. Like, we have really good players. We have 5-stars. We have players that have been averaging like high teens or even in the 20s. And yes, lower conferences, but still college basketball, right? Like, you're not coming here to take every single shot and to do whatever you want. Like, you're coming here to win, right? And if you can offer somebody at least a position, right? We can't promise you're going to start, but we're going to give you the best shot to go and play. Bet on yourself. We have some more money to offer you. Like, this would be an attractive spot. Now, attractive enough to garner somebody who's this highly ranked at this point with the way the roster's already built. That's where you kind of toe the line. But it's not impossible because we've been here getting Quaintance, getting Sannon. Like, this makes this like more attainable than if we were just talking about this in a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
But if the reason that somebody doesn't come here is because we're just already too like loaded as far as good play, like, you have to respect that, and you have to also be excited about that as well.
Yeah, you have to 100%. This is not something where you're like, oh, like, woe's me. We got to figure out where we're going to put the number 1 player if he decides to commit. Again, there's a long list of schools in play for Jamari Phillips. He's a very, very talented player. We'll see if he opts to join Bobby Hurley in Arizona State. Again, the 3 of us, I think, would be over the moon if you're able to go get a kid this late in the game. It is highly touted as he is, but it would be interesting to just kind of see the rotation that Hurley has. I think in years past, not so much last year, but the year before, we thought the team would be a little bit deeper in the rotation.
Turns out the players just weren't good enough.
Yeah. But
it happens,
again,
man.
This year it's already before. Let's say we throw Jamari Phillips out of it, like he's not even in contention. This is already a really young team, right? In terms of the guys that you could potentially be throwing in the rotation, we've talked about Sannon, we've talked about Quaintance. I feel like Amir Ali still doesn't get enough love, like in terms of the ASU community as a whole.
I think Amir Ali, people are pretty excited about him because he's been committed for a while and he was the top of the class before the Quaintance thing. I think Bo Aldridge doesn't get enough love because they see the 3.
Yeah,
like 3 and 4 stars are very, very similar, very close. Unless you get up to the super high 4-star range, which Amir Ali is definitely on the top end of that. But Bo Aldridge is, I think, not getting enough love, and from us too. I don't know where he fits in all this. Again, he's going to be a guy that when he gets on campus, we're going to know pretty fast on how his game is going to translate and if he needs to adjust to the speed of it. But the dude is one of the probably the strongest freshman coming out. Quaintance isn't real, so we're not going to count him. But like
Quaintance isn't real.
He's built like a Division I athlete. He's been built like a Division I athlete for a couple years now. I mean, the dude he's real. He's a talent. So I think he's somebody that slept on. But has ASU already tipped their hand to tell us who is going to be one of the starting 5?
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
Yeah,
they definitely did.
So today they announced that they are going to play. New Mexico on November 28th, and then the winner of USC and St. Mary's on the 29th in Palm Springs of November. And in the graphic, it's a picture of Bobby Hurley's beautiful smile with Jaden Quaintance on the graphic. So I think they think pretty highly of the kid.
I think of all I mean, obviously with Sannon or anybody that's young, Quaintance to me is the guy that I see slotting into his position. I don't know the easiest is, I don't want to undersell it, but like to me, that's the most likely, right? Like with Sannon, and you talk about kind of positional versatility. You could start at the 2, you could start at the 3, but I think there's a lot more bodies there. I mean, we're talking about Sean Phillips Jr., which he could be serviceable if he uses his size and he uses his athleticism. But with a guy like Quaintance, who could do a little bit of everything except for probably shoot that 3 ball, and who's still growing and who you've invested so much in, I'd be shocked if he's not like somebody that they're going to even try to like run things through rather immediately as well.
I think that one thing that fans should be really excited for this year is how good this team should be defensively because of how raw Quainton's ability is athletically and on the defensive end. We've seen it. You know, I think the timing thing is something that all freshmen need to adjust to.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's foul trouble issues early. Again, especially for a guy that is younger than a typical freshman. But whoever you put in that 4 spot is going to be able to hold their own. Whoever you put in that 3 spot is definitely going to be able to hold their own. And then we've seen Miller's ability to defend, and especially when they get in tempo and they start pressing. And, you know, I think the only real, you know, deficiency is Alston Mason just because of his size. But
I think
Bobby Hurley gets his players to play defense. And again, I've said this so many times. Defense to me is such a, like, there's a baseline for what you are athletically, and that you can hover around that, and you usually don't dip below that. But if you have a coach that instills, 1, the confidence in you to be out there, but 2, the knows that or can make sure that you are bought in, and it's such a want to thing. That then that team's going to be a good defensive team. Like a connected defensive team is where the real danger is.
Yeah. Will in the chat, Jaden starting at the 4, Phillips at the 5 would feed families for days.
We talked about that. It just doesn't really make sense in terms of 1, floor spacing, and 2, like, you would do that if you have a stretch 4.
Yeah, if Quaintance was able to shoot the 3.
Quaintance and Phillips are both guys that just bang down low. Like, they're not guys that are going to step out.
He's got a little touch mid-range, Quaintance does, but it's not enough that you're just going to day one throw him out there and expect him to spread the floor. But I mean, he's young, right? And so maybe when you get to the end of the season, you might see a little something from him out on the perimeter. And it's also matchup dependent as well, right? Like if Quaintance is having timing problems and fouling problems,
foul trouble.
You don't want to put him out on the perimeter against a shifty or 3 or 4 and see what happens there. But maybe he proves that he can do that. Maybe he can move his feet. Maybe he could shoot a little bit better than you think when he's surrounded by talent. But starting off, you can't rely
offensively.
on that.
I just don't know if that's ever going to make sense.
Yeah,
it just the literal spacing on the floor, like they are too big.
Yeah,
like to run together. And Bobby doesn't necessarily ever go super big, and when he does, the 4 doesn't go inside, and he's scared of the paint usually.
I'm trying to think of the last few seasons in terms of bigs that Bobby would ever roll out that like both of them at the same time.
Sean Phillips and Gaffney was the only thing that got really close to it. And again,
but is Gaffney even like a was he?
Yeah,
he
was like a bigger wing.
Yeah, but no, that's exactly what he's saying.
But not like a traditional,
he's
like
6'10" though, or 6'9", whatever he
6'9",
was. Like,
Mantis.
Yeah, what I said the other day, like, or last week, 2 years ago, he was running Dev at the 4, which is why I put BJ Freeman at the 4, because Dev Cambridge is 6'6", BJ Freeman's 6'6". I could totally see them doing that again and again. If they want to run, if they want to get up tempo, which I think they're going to, this team is built on athleticism.
Yeah, they are very, very athletic, very long too.
Like that's I think the way you would go. Quaintance is going to run the floor a ton. Like, that dude is a freak athlete.
Yeah,
he runs the floor, and I think we saw a little bit of that lacking with Sean Phillips last year. He's an athlete too, don't get me wrong, but just in terms of a true rim runner, that's Jaden Quaintance.
Well, and that's the next step for Phillips as well, is just kind of finding a way to better utilize all of the size and the athleticism that he has, and that comes with, being a lob threat, right? Like using his body as a vertical spacer as well, like banging in down low and getting that position. And I mean, if he can do that, then opponents are looking at like nonstop, just presence in the paint, somebody they have to deal with, and that's also a massive shift from last year, when the only time you really got that was when Sean Phillips decided to turn it on.
Not just last year, but just for years now. It's been a while since ASU has had a premier big that you have to be worried about down low. Warren Washington wasn't that guy. Warren was, it felt a little bit more like a finesse big to me. Like he was, I thought they should have utilized him more offensively, and they didn't.
That team just wasn't built to. They were a weird team.
But who was like the last? Was Romello White maybe? Was the last like big that you were? Yeah, that was like a presence down there.
He was 6'8". So
yeah,
like,
I mean,
God, I can't believe he was only 6'8".
Didn't Mickey Mitchell run with either DeQuan or Romello?
Yeah.
Damn.
Also, whatever you want to.
Crazy that Mickey Mitchell was on that roster.
It is.
Dude, hey, this is your monthly reminder, chat. If you haven't seen Mickey Mitchell's high school mixtape, go watch it. That is one of the hardest mixtapes I've ever seen. The white chocolate one. insane.
You also saw lineups with Cheatham, who's 6'8", right out there with another big.
Yeah, but Cheatham was
he was more
an outside four.
And
it's gonna be fun.
I could, that's kind of the only way I would see it. But Cheatham could dribble, and Cheatham was also your defensive minded four. Like he would usually
very different player.
He'd usually pick up the Cheatham. Cheatham was not only he goes down as some of ASU fans' favorite players.
Yeah,
but he was also like an Arizona high school basketball legend. I remember watching him young. Like that dude was destined to just be a massive four, like massive three. Excuse me, not four.
I'm here for it. Look,
man, that was such a fun era of ASU basketball.
Those are some fun teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this team is also going to be just as fun and has a lot of potential.
Let's draw some similarities. You had your two scoring guards that were both on the shorter side this year. Alston Mason, assumingly, maybe Austin Nunez, and Adam Miller as your 1-2 combo guard setup. Not really a true point guard.
And yes, Eric, Adam is starting.
I know.
Who was starting at the 3 on those teams? Was that Cody?
Yeah, Cody Justice was starting at the 3.
So you don't have a knockdown 3-point shooter, which was always fun. That would start at the 3, but you got a 20 points per game scorer, a guy that could score. And
Cody Justice was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Cody Mesa Justice legend.
Was very fun to watch. Mesa Mountain View legend, correct?
If I remember right, Dobson. I think he went to Dobson off the top of my head.
Who's the 4 on that team?
Zylan would start sometimes. But it just depended on what year we're talking about.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, that's fair. God,
the Cody year. I don't know if it was Zylan as well.
This is uncharted territory. I don't really think you can completely like
draw a comparison.
No, because there were no 5-star recruits.
There's gonna be a team of its own that's gonna be completely different. Again, I can't remember a time that it's been this exciting. I think to be an ASU hoops fan, right?
Yeah.
To and you're still so far away from the season starting, but
I think that's even a bigger testament to it.
No, you're right.
Like you're so far away, and we're all salivating.
Yeah,
at basketball starting.
No, it's gonna be a whole hell of a lot of fun. Look, we got a lot of you watching on Twitter, on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, do us a solid. Go watch on YouTube. The YouTube link is posted right below where you're watching it on Twitter. We do appreciate it, guys. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. The future is bright for...
And chat, sick Tony. Get him. Get him, chat.
Future is bright for Sun Devil Nation. You guys might need to head out. Go get yourself some Shady Rays.
Ooh.
Get yourself some Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Ray sunglasses, good for a lot of things. It's pool day, outside, need your sunglasses. You're out running errands, sunglasses. You got to block out the haters, sunglasses. Maybe you had one too many drinks before a comedy show, sunglasses, okay? That's what I'm saying. Shady Rays, they got everything for you. They got hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. They probably got some ASU colored sunglasses. Definitely go check that out as well. And if you don't love your shades, the best part, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support exclusively for our listeners. Shady Rays giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use that code PHNX for 35% off polarized sunglasses.
35%?
35%.
It's a lot of percentage.
Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
I know you're thinking to yourself, but what if I can't get myself some Shady Rays right now? I just need a slight influx of cash and I can get one of those high quality shades, even with the 35% discount, right? Or maybe you want a couple. Well, that's where our friends over at the Desert Financial Credit Union help out. And for more than 84 years, DFCU has been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union, dedicated to creating exceptional experiences by giving back to the community, aka me and my family, and providing financial solutions that have made our lives better. Not just me for as long as I've been having money, but my family as well has been using Desert Financial Credit Union. Whether you need something basic like checkings and savings accounts, or something else like mortgages, loans, credit cards, investment options, or more, or if you pull an Eric and you lose a card and you need to get it replaced, well, I just walk in and I say, "Hey, I'm back. How you doing?" And they already know you. They already got it printed out.
First name basis.
They already got it printed out. But I will say the customer service there is fantastic. I've never had a problem. Even when sometimes you forget that a place is closing soon, and you pull up and you're like, "Ah, crap! I'm about to walk in there like 10 minutes before they close," and you expect everybody to be angry. Nope, smile on their face. Let me help you, get you along your day. And For all of you guys out there right now, you can get $200 for free by just opening up a free checking account online at desertfinancial.com/ASU. And when you open up that checking account, your debit card can be one of 3 different ASU designed Visa debit cards. So lots for you to choose from, for you to rep maroon and gold, and you can get $200 for free. Again, desertfinancial.com/ASU to get started.
I'll take 200 bones.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
I'm here for it. Look, we're going to talk ASU football here in a second. 3 commits that we're going to talk about adding to the class of 2025. But I want to start off with what was said in our group chat this morning. Okay. It was this tweet from Brett McMurphy tweeting that Pac-12 teams that have left, guess what? You still are going to be playing in Pac-12 bowl games for the next 2
Let's
years.
go!
Not in bowls affiliated with their new league. So Brett McMurphy tweeted this specifically. Alamo Bowls attempt to be allowed to choose SEC-bound Texas or Oklahoma in 2024 and 2025 was denied, sources told Action Network HQ. Also, all former Pac-12 teams will play in Pac-12 bowls next 2 years and not in bowls affiliated with their new league. Shane, you seem excited, man.
Yeah, anything that I can hold on to. It's just like a keepsake.
Yeah. You're hoarding these Pac-12 bowl games?
I am notoriously a hater of bowl games, so I don't really care that much. But it's something, and you know what's funny? Geographically, it doesn't really matter because most of these bowls are. I mean, they're centralized in the Pacific, but it is like
it's gonna be weird.
It's what it is. Also, JJ, last thing before we put basketball to rest. That would be so fun if they played USC.
Ooh, Muss versus Bobby.
Muss and Bobby. That would be nice. I would love
That's
to
the
get
Brandon
out
Gardner
there
game.
At the end of the Brandon Gardner game. Yeah, he's got a vengeance against a coach that he didn't even play for, and a school that he didn't even play for.
Yeah,
played like 1 game and then hurt his toe.
I think he played like 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then he hurt his toe.
Yeah, tragic.
Anyway, yeah, this is fun. It's something again to hold on to for the Pac, but it's also like it kind of eases us into the Big 12.
Yeah.
It eases ASU fans.
You really don't like change.
I love change.
Yeah.
I'm a big change guy.
But it needs to happen slow.
Every
single morning.
I change every morning.
Eric, what do you think?
I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know. It doesn't really affect me that much. Like, it'll be cool, but...
Doesn't affect you that much.
I mean, you know what?
This is your school.
This
was your conference.
No, I mean, listen, I just want ASU to make a bowl game.
Yeah, that's
man.
fair.
Like that's
if they make a bowl game,
I
can give 2 shits where it is.
If it's Pac-12, if it's not, like it'll be cool, and it will be nice to kind of revisit some stuff as well. But I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not losing my mind over it.
I lied. This is the last thing I'll say about basketball. Can you scroll up to who commented this?
Are you talking about Hal?
Yeah, Tony said, "What's ASU's basketball team now? AZ JV team?" And then Ralph responds with a very slept-on joke. JV stand for Join Venmo. Since
Love
the
it.
recent bag accruement.
Bag accruement.
Look, in terms of the bowl games, it's for me again. I think when we're talking about Arizona State, as long as you're making a bowl game, I don't care if it's a Pac-12 bowl. I don't care if it's a Big 12 bowl. I don't care if they send you to an SEC bowl game.
It's a salad bowl.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. Again, like. We think this football team is probably walking the line 5, 6, potentially 7 wins. If you don't hit that 6-win mark and you are a 5-win team, then this has nothing to do with you in that first year. Again, this is a 2-year thing.
Unless all Pac-12 teams, former Pac-12 teams, win less than 6 games, then maybe.
Then maybe, which
we've seen before, not with the Pac-12, but with other conferences.
That'd be so
5-win teams going.
So strange. I mean, hey, the schedules are tough for those Big Ten teams. The teams that left to go to the Big Ten, the USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon. They've got themselves a schedule. Yeah, absolutely.
Are they playing Big Ten teams?
Yeah. USC's got, is it USC that opens with LSU?
Do they?
I think so. USC has a ridiculous schedule.
Good for them.
UCLA is just going to be god-awful, I think, this year. Oregon, I think, is going to be a playoff team again. They could win it all, to be honest with you.
USC versus LSU, September 1st.
What are we doing?
Are we going?
We're going to USC, LSU.
Yeah, they got USC,
in Las Vegas,
Michigan, Wisconsin. Ooh, Minnesota. That's gonna be a tough one. Penn State. Then they've got Washington.
Rutgers.
Are they at Penn State?
No.
That would be the most welcome to the Big Ten moment ever. Holy smokes.
I'm so damn excited for college football. It's going to be so
They got
damn
Notre
fun.
Dame at the end of the season.
Yeah. They're closing out with Notre Dame and opening.
Who's Notre Dame's starter this year, Totri?
At quarterback?
Yeah.
It's the dude that transferred from Duke.
That's right.
Yeah.
Riley
Leonard?
Leonard.
Yeah. He's going to be fun.
Fresh off the ankle snap.
I think he's going to be fun to watch.
He's a beast.
You never know.
Notre Dame team's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely
you
here
are.
for it. Look, getting back to ASU, let's talk about the 3 commits that the Sun Devils got over the weekend and today. Also, probably in play for some more. Probably in play
Did
for
they
some
only
more
get 3?
recruits.
I thought they got 4.
3 that I've seen. Cory Butler Jr., wide receiver.
Yep.
Mikey Scott, which I got today, wide receiver.
No, we have to call him Michael Scott.
You have to call him Michael Scott. Michael Joystick Scott.
Mhm.
And then let me get the pronunciation that I've got.
Threat level midnight Michael Scott.
The linebacker Lee Fuimaono.
Nice.
Yeah, I tried my
beast.
I tried my hardest.
That's
I tried my
beast.
hardest there. But let's go ahead. Let's start with the one from today. Let's talk about Michael Scott himself. Dude is an absolute speed demon.
Yep.
Hines Ward. This is now the 3rd wide receiver that Hines Ward has recruited in that class of 2025.
Isn't this his first one that he's credited with, though?
Potentially. Just in terms of like recruitment, yes. If you look specifically, it says he's been recruited by Hines Ward. Hines Ward, obviously, Pittsburgh Steeler, went to Pennsylvania, got himself one of the fastest kids in that state. And if you turn on the tape, we were watching it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude flies.
If you have motion sickness, I would take a Dramamine before watching his tape.
The first play of his huddle, very easy to go find. He's behind the line of scrimmage, right? Gets the ball. There are 2 guys coming at him. He just right by him. They have no chance, right? And then he hurdles over a falling defender and takes it all into the house. And then there was another play later on where just one really nice crisp route and 2 good dudes were just lost.
Yeah.
Over the shoulder catch. Like, he's fun, dude.
He's got
fun.
game-changing speed. Reminds me a lot of, again, like just based off of comparison of Raleek Brown, right? He's got that same level of speed if you watch him.
Did you guys see Raleek Brown's Instagram story over the weekend?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God.
What
Chat, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Holy smokes. So they went to Topgolf.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Deshaun Bryant.
That's right. Yeah. They went to Topgolf with Kenny and I don't know who else was there, but it was just Raleek taking a video of Kenny hitting a golf ball. It didn't do very well. But Raleek Brown's voice and just being around him is probably so fun. Yeah. The dude is hilarious. I wish I recorded it. It is so funny.
I'd say Kenny not being great at golf is not surprising. I feel like he just one thing. It's just football.
Yep, just football. And Madden. Well, that's football.
Yeah, that's fair.
Football and virtual football.
Yeah. Football and football adjacent.
There you go.
I feel like he'd be good at chess. No, he's really good at magic too.
And he used to play basketball until then.
We asked him to do a magic trick for us.
He did. He disappeared.
He didn't want to do it.
That's one of the best things that's ever happened on the show. We were at the Pac-12 Media Day last year, and we asked him to do a magic trick live, and he's like, I'm going to do a magic trick. And he goes, yeah, I can do it right now. I'm going to disappear. And then he left.
Just got
walked off set.
Yeah, that's
fair.
fair.
A good bit.
That's fair. Look, Michael Scott, not the only wide receiver that Sun Devils got. Cory Butler Jr., another absolute speedster.
Yeah.
This kid, again, can do a lot on special teams as well in the return game for Arizona State. Not to say that he's not going to play a ton of wide receiver, but another California kid. And I believe ASU up to 7 commits from the state of California. Again, this is the types of players that they are bringing in. I believe Cory Butler Jr. is the 3rd highest rated player in ASU's class of 2025 as it stands right now. Sun Devils making noise, dude.
Dude, this receiving class is this
fun.
Freshman receiving class is ridiculous. It's stacked. And you not to mention all the returners you're going to have from this year's receiving class.
Yeah.
Going into next year. We'll see how much Corbin Hendricks develops. Jake Smith is going to get another year. Like
That's crazy.
There's going to be a ton of names. Jordan Tyson's going to be back. Like it could get scary for DBs.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent and the 2 guys again that they got
belts.
at wide receiver, Cory Butler Jr. and Michael Scott, they're not gadget guys, but they are guys that you can already see Marcus Arroyo and Kenny Dillingham like just trying to pick their brains of just like, what's the best way to utilize these guys' speed?
Yeah, because when you have something that is like, okay, what's the top attribute that you would have? We're breaking it down like a ratings wise, and it's speed, and it's speed by like a long shot. It's not that everything else doesn't matter, but it's as a coach, how can we utilize your best ability? And if you have multiple guys who can do that, then defenses have to start making decisions, or they could just never catch their breath because there's somebody running full speed at them every single possession. But in the scouting report for Butler, they clocked him running at a certain speed during a game. Guess how fast?
We're talking miles per hour here?
Yes, miles per hour.
22.5.
I mean, that's ridiculously fast if it was 22.5. I'll go 19.
Split it. 21.94 miles per
really
hour.
close.
That was really close.
That was really close.
That is
That's
crazy.
Isn't he? Doesn't he hold some long jump record too?
I'm looking at his track
I swear I saw that. I could be lying.
It might have been Scott. It might have been Scott.
Yeah, it might have
the
been.
long jump record.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about Butler. Butler with speed.
In terms of these two players, and again, we talk about speed, and that's initially like if you watch the tape, what jumps out, right? And we talked to Marcus Arroyo. I mean, this was probably
school record, 22 feet 11 inches long jump.
That's crazy.
This was so nuts.
Right after sometime during spring ball, and we're talking about like just the offense in general. And maybe this was right after he got hired, just in terms of like where college football is at offensively. And talking about doing stuff pre-snap now, like how you can change the game and the flow of a game and how you can get the defense on their heels. And you can do it with so much pre-snap movement and motions. These are the types of players that you plug and play into an offense.
Yeah. Motion is already unfair inherently.
Yeah.
But when you have we've seen it with Tyreek Hill, it just ruins defenses. When you have guys that are threats that before they can get a head start with motion are threats. Now that you add that second factor where they're getting a running start,
it's a problem.
It's so unfair.
There's more pieces of the puzzle for Handy to think, what's the most unique thing I can do in the situation and be
He's got a toy chest. He's like, let's put this guy here. Let's put this guy here. I would love to just sit back and just watch them like just figure out like what plays they want to design, right? Of like how we could best utilize this guy, right? Because in today's college football, and this is, I think years and years and years ago, it was different where it was like, we have a system and the guys coming in are going to learn that system. And that's how we're going to be successful. I feel like the teams that you see now that are fun to watch, that are exciting, that do just amazing things offensively and defensively, they've got coaches that develop the offenses and defenses schematically to the players that they have and that they bring in. Not to say that Brian Ward is reinventing the wheel defensively or that Marcus Arroyo is absolutely changing the way people think about offenses, right? But to bring in your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, and you've got your schemes, you've got exactly what you want to run, and you tweak things here or there based off of the type of players. Kenny Dillingham, Marcus Arroyo, it feels like that's what they want to do with guys like a Jordan Tyson or Malik Brown.
So what you're saying is your favorite type of offense is an offense that like caters to its player strengths.
Yes.
So you are a fan of Air Force.
Yeah.
And Navy.
Sure.
Nice.
I'm here for that.
Same, brother. Same.
Give me the triple option or give me death.
It sounds so like obvious, but when you like get players to like thrive in their role, that is when your teams are the best. And I think we saw that the other way, and why that sometimes doesn't work with both the football and basketball program this year. You didn't have a punter. You didn't have consistent offensive line help. You didn't have a consistent quarterback. And when you don't have consistency, you don't have guys that are going to be doing the same thing day in and day out and that you're catering to. It's usually not built on success. When you don't have a true number one option on offense in basketball, when you don't have a true defensive specialist, when you don't have a true starting big, it doesn't, there's going to be no progress made. And that is a very, again, sounds obvious, but an important thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Quickly, the other two commits that Arizona State was able to get over the weekend. We've got the offensive tackle from the one, the only Duncanville High School.
There we go.
Deshaun Bryant.
Sorry, Rashad.
There it is. Is this personal between you and
Yeah.
Rashad? Yeah, no, I get that. 6'4", 250, three-star offensive tackle. Again, if you don't know, Duncanville High School, it is a breeding ground for top-level talent in terms of college football players.
Yeah, and again, we went over this 3-4 weeks ago when they got their last offensive lineman recruit. You notice a trend here? Like they're picking up massive human beings.
Yeah.
Big dudes.
Big dudes.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, another like player where you can say, hey, what can we take from you and we know that we can build on, right?
Yeah.
Like, what tools do we know for sure you're going to have? Some guys, it's speed on wide receivers. You look at the line, are you big, right? Are you big? Are you willing to learn? Or can we get you in our facility and just have you work? And that's another one who can fill that mold. And I mean, I think it's a pretty big deal that they're still getting guys out of Duncanville.
Yeah.
Like
Huge.
That was a really big concern when Rashad left because the whole Texas to Tempe pipeline and everything like that. But it's not surprising to me that this coaching staff, once they kind of get in a little bit, that they're still able to be there.
I bet Sam was like, here you go, BC. Take these numbers. These are who you're going to call if you want to look at a guy from Duncanville. Yeah, big dudes. From the creators of Big Lots presents Big Dudes.
Big dudes.
Yeah, I'm here for it. And then the final player, linebacker, listed as an athlete because he also played running back. It still plays running back in high school. That is Lee Fuimaono. 3-star linebacker, again, listed as an athlete. This kid can really do it all. I would be interested, not to say that this is something they're going to do, but I said it before we even started the show, potentially moving him to safety. I feel like he's got the build for it. Again, you see those type of athletes that play running back, play linebacker.
Yeah.
He played running back.
He was recruited by AJ Cooper, so I think the idea right now is to probably be linebacker. Plus, I don't really know if you need safety help right now. But I mean, 6'1.5", 215, and another a guy just outside of the top 100 in California. William mentions in the chat they have 7 top 100 commits from California.
It's not bad.
It's ridiculous.
It's not bad.
Absolutely incredible.
There's a lot of good football players there.
Yeah. Arizona State with the number 13 class of 2025 as it stands right now in the country.
Unlucky.
Number 1 in the Big 12. I tweeted
number 1
it out.
in my mind.
Number 1 in your mind in the nation?
Yep.
In the
country.
deep rankings.
I love that for you. Arizona State now with more class of 2025 commits than Kansas State, Kansas, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado combined. Just saying. Just going to throw that out there. Guys, we are going to continue talking about Arizona State here in a second. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Again, if you're watching on Twitter, watch on YouTube, okay? We appreciate you wherever you are watching, but we'd love it if you hopped over to YouTube and started joining those comments. Look, Eric.
Hi.
Do you see this little guy right here?
I do.
This little energy drink?
Yeah.
You know where I got it?
I think I know, but you can tell me anyway.
Circle K.
Oh, yeah.
I got it from Circle K. Yeah. Guys, they've got plenty of deals on sweet treats, on snacks, energy drinks, sports drinks. They've got it all, including a new free membership program called Inner Circle that's going to help you guys save money every single day. They're going to start off by helping you save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. And then when you learn how to fly after your first 5 fill-ups, they're going to help you save 3 cents per gallon every single day. Enjoy your member-exclusive beverage deal. Inner Circle is going to help you guys get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents now through September 3rd at any Arizona location. Just find it in the app under Inner Circle and offers. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details.
Did you guys have a good weekend?
I had a phenomenal weekend.
Yeah. What'd you guys do?
Well, I hung out with both of you guys on Saturday. Sunday, you know what I did yesterday?
I forgot we were together.
He's like, yeah, what did you guys do this weekend? I had a great time.
He's like, I totally forgot.
He's like,
you
I
guys were
completely
so
blacked out
forgettable.
that part of my weekend.
I had a very busy weekend on Saturday. The show started at 9:45 p.m.
Yeah, it was a late one.
I'm a sleepy boy.
He was a sleepy boy.
I was so tired.
He said he was going to be
but I had been at the lake all day that day. Like from 10 to 4.
Yeah.
I was out. And thankfully there was a cover, so I wasn't just burning in the sun. But I also felt like a mascot because we had a tube and it was a 2-seating tube. And since I'm a large guy, whoever's on the other side was just getting flung.
Yeah.
And so they would always want to get on. They're like, no, Shane, stay on. I'm like, my hands are burning. I had cuts up and down my back, just in so much pain. And all I wanted was to sit on a patio and drink a margarita after that day. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to Illegal Pete's, but I'm gonna get there soon.
We need to get out there.
Yeah, and Illegal Pete's is the best for that. And you know what I realized also? We had misters on the boat. Misters do so much work.
They do.
They are so underappreciated.
One of the most slept on inventions.
Yeah, definitely. And they got those at Illegal Pete's. Just because it's super hot outside, don't mean it's still not patio season.
No.
Those misters help, man. And again, this helps with heat, but it also helps, or this helps when it's cold outside, but it also helps with heat. A little drunk in you. It's like the drunk jacket, but instead it's like a drunk shirt remover. I don't know. Illegal Pete's is your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer, and they're here to bring you their legendary sound check deal. Bring in your ticket stub from any ticketed event and get a draft beer or a house mark for a penny. Illegal Pete's wants you to celebrate with them, whether it's a pregame party or a postgame party. They got you covered on all your game day needs. You must purchase an adult entree to redeem a Illegal Pete's sound check deal. As I said, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer.
I love it. Guys, if you have seen the show over the last month, if you have seen a clip on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever.
You've seen this man.
If you saw were on the official ASU Instagram when they were announcing Graham Rossini was getting hired.
Do you know this man?
You saw.
Have you seen this man?
This man.
Have you seen this hat?
With this big purple hat. Okay. So we're gonna do a Die Hard membership drawing here in a second. But first, this is how the whole thing even started. We got a lot to get into today. We're going to be talking ASU hoops, Arizona State football, recruiting.
But the most pressing matter
is Eric's lack of a hat.
Listen,
for the
second day in a row.
What's up? No cap today.
Okay, Donald, I know you're angry. Short bus, I know you're angry as well.
Donald's always angry.
That is true, but I think it's especially ignited when I'm not wearing a hat. I get a haircut like every 2 months. I'm not a haircut all the time guy. So when I get it, I'm going to let it rock a little bit.
I respect that.
I'm going to let it rock a little bit. And then I'm going to wear a hat every single day for like 4 months straight. So, it is what it is. You got to let it flow. I apologize.
I can donate my hat to you. I look pretty good today.
I mean, if it makes the people happy.
No, I don't think it would.
Fair enough.
I think it would definitely make some individuals in the chat happy. But it is what it is. Oh, we got Short Bus. I'll donate a Discord membership if he wears that an entire month.
Do you love this company or not, Eric?
I mean... Listen.
Wow.
I'm down.
Wow.
What do you say? I'm literally saying that I'm down.
You said listen. That's never followed
we
by
gotta make sure. We gotta make sure it goes. Like, don't just donate to Super Chat. Pay for somebody's. Discord
now you're
membership.
not trusting our guy.
No, I want him to pay for. If we gotta decide.
So you're telling him to front it? That's crazy.
Front the membership.
Okay, so I gotta wear for the whole month, and then I think I need payment up front. I'm not going to wear this
for you. You don't get it. No, you're already a diehard.
Not payment to me, but payment of the.
Yeah, Cory, go Cardinals.
Just need the payment.
We'll figure this out in the diehard Discord a little bit later. This is the official tweet that we got from Short Bus. That's kind of putting you on not necessarily on blast, but it's really the ball's in your court here.
I'll dance.
So
listen.
If you're just joining, Eric's going to wear this hat for the next month. On this show, and at that point. Short Bus is going to donate a diehard membership.
That is how amazing being a diehard is that I've done half a show in this, and I can tell you it's maybe not the most comfortable thing in the world, but I'm willing to do it.
You got this.
I'm willing to do it for the people. One lucky ASU fan is going to get a diehard membership courtesy of Short Bus because I don this for the next month. You get like flashbacks, like you think back to like moments in your life and everything.
That was real.
Like that was real moment.
That wasn't a flashback. That was
real. That was real right now. I feel like this is gonna be something where it's like I'm gonna be like 75 years old, be thinking about my media career and everything like that.
And
I'm gonna.
I don't think I'm getting there.
Yeah.
70. You never know. Sometimes there's like an underdog story.
There's a lot of carcinogens in the world right now.
That's fair. Microplastics, things of that nature.
They're in us.
Whenever my time comes,
yes,
I'm going to be thinking about, what did I do? All the stupid stuff I did. That would be crazy. I'd just be like, I'm going to remember the purple hat.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember this big freaking purple hat. And of course, it had to be the month where we talked to Kenny Dillingham in studio. We talked to Cole Martin in studio. And ASU finally hires an athletic director.
That would have been insane if Graham came in.
If Graham came in studio, yeah, that would have been nuts.
Well, it's June now.
It is June. I don't have to wear this anymore.
It's June now, and I do see a goalie mask on the back wall. I'm just saying it.
Listen, don't look at me. I've done my time.
That's absolutely not happening.
I've done my time, man. All right. You want to figure out who's getting a free diehard membership?
Yeah, let's do it,
I got all the names in here, fittingly. And these are people who left a review. Use the secret word. There we go. Use the secret word forks. And you will get a free year diehard membership courtesy of this big hat and our current diehard Short Bus. I got it right here.
And again, if you don't win this,
you can still be a diehard.
You can still be a diehard.
Absolutely.
So
go to PHNX.com.
It's worth it. Like it's extra worth it when it's free.
Yeah.
But it's worth it when you pay for it.
What do you get for being a diehard?
Oh, you can get a free shirt or piece of merch every single year. You can get discounts to our events. You get a diehard membership card. And the number one thing in my mind is entrance to our Discord lounge.
Yeah, Totri is the doorman.
Yes. Totri stands there like a bouncer with his sunglasses on.
Yep.
But you get access. And it is the best place.
Yeah. And the discount to all the events is such a slept on thing. Like it's not like something like, oh, you get $5 off. No, usually a pretty hefty percentage.
Yeah.
So,
and whoever wins this will be able to attest, like the Die Hard Discord specifically for ASU is one of the best places for you to come in and discuss.
Informative.
And informative as well. Lots of information flying around in there. All right, are we ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Also, if you win, message either one of us or message the PHNX Sun Devils account. That way we can get you guys hooked up.
And you've got time. If you're listening to this on audio or whatever, you've got time.
Drum roll, please, chat. Not actually.
The winner is Manuela. My handwriting is so bad. There's only one Manuela.
Woo!
So
congratulations.
That was so anticlimactic.
Come on, dude.
So
there we go.
Wait, this is how it should have been done. Ready?
Let's see what you got.
Go for it.
Wait, do you want drum roll, please?
The winner is
There it is.
Manuela.
Guys,
even more anticlimactic.
That is going to do it for today's episode of the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review.
This is the guy who's like, we got to make sure the audio listeners are having a good time.
Your podcast, if you enjoy the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy, Aaron Ruby, at Erik Ruby on social media. That is Eric with a K. You can follow DJ Danielle at Abrica Danielle across social media. You can follow this man, the man who goes fly fishing, at Shane Dief.
As always.
And we will see you guys Tuesday at 2 p.m. But in the meantime, go Devils. In peace.
We all silly like the mayor.